Every time I review a little mini FMS, lots of people always say it's good, but I wish it was temp scale. Well, good news. This is the new FCX10 from FMS, a 1 temp scale LC80. And this FCX10 chassis is a little bit different to their last one, which was look what's arrived. Woo. It was the K5 there, the K5. That was the first FCX10 and the last one that was released. So this is the same chassis. There's just some slight differences that we'll have a look once it's out of the box. The main difference is this is a straight axle rather than portals, which although portals give you better ground clearance, I know a lot of people that like straight axles because they prefer like the realism of it. And before we go any further, I'm just going to tell you the two things you're going to complain about. You're going to tell me you'd have preferred it if it was a hard body rather than this Lexan. And you're also going to say, what's going on with that front arch? There's a third thing you're not going to be happy with as well. I'm not wearing a watch today. I was in a rush this morning, I forgot to put it on. Anyway, that's got all that out of the way. So let's have a proper look at this and see what it's all about. So a set of instructions, some stickers, a selection of number plates or license plates, front bumper. Well, that's a nice big chunky front bumper there. Go on like that. I'm probably going to leave it off like that. I like that clean look. And I expect you're going to probably get a little bit of better approach angles like that as well. You get a hat for the driver. These are light lenses for your bumper, and you also get some spotlights that go on there as well. That is a nice addition. Oh, and wheel hex, hardware for your bumper, and obviously a couple of keys. Now it says on the website, I think, that this and the driver and interior are for limited run. Yeah, all right, maybe the bumper's like a bonus, but I'd like to see them keep the driver in there. As you know, if you've watched enough of these videos, especially with crawlers, they need a driver. It looks so much better with clear windows, interior and driver, as you can see. Look at that, look, it looks so much better. Transmitter, we'll look at that in a minute once we get the battery charged and we'll see all the functions of it. So a 1 temp scale, fully licensed Toyota Land Cruiser. It's the 80 series. It's got the nice classic Toyota lines on there and colours. And as I've said, there's a driver. Oh, he doesn't look happy, does he? Interior, you got mirrors, roof rack, working lights, wipers, snorkel, rear ladder, rear bumper, space there for a tow hitch. Nice detailed rear lights without like exposed screws or anything. It looks really nice. Now, one of the complaints of the K5 version of this was getting the body off. It was a real pain. It had like a quick release system and it was just really hard to get on and to get off. It was just pretty tight. This has got a new system. If I just turn it, if you just listen when I turn it, that's that one. Same on the rear. And it comes off. How good is that? Got the wireless system for the lights as well, so it connects to the magnets at the back there, which means you can take the whole body off without any cables flying around. Nice neat cabling under there for the lights, and just in general a nice neat setup. And putting the body on is even simpler. You don't have to turn them, it just clips in place. See how easy I can do this. There we go, done. Way better. That is a great system from FMS. I did a video of a K5 next to a TRX4 because there's loads of people going, oh, it's just a TRX4 clone. It's not a clone. The design side of it, there is some similarities, but nothing was the same on it. There was some similarities, but nothing the same. And this one being straight axle is again even more different. So you can shout TRX4 clone, TRX4 copy all you want. You're wrong. It's not. Go find like 4 or 5 different 2-wheel drive buggies, X-Rays, Associated, Yacomos, Schumachers. Go get them all, line them all up next to each other and you will see they look very similar. So we got a 32 turn 550 brushed motor. We've got a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver. Now from experience, although they're a 2-in-1, which isn't really the best option there, it's always nice to have separate electronics. They do have some good control. It will run 2S and 3S. You can see a servo there, that is for the 2-speed gearbox. However, this one is different to the K5. It doesn't have remote locking diffs. Diffs are locked straight out of the box. Central battery tray there, inner arches or inner fenders there to stop all the crap getting in it, or some of it, not all of it. Axle mounted servo, metal steering links there, 4-link front and rear, metal links, plastic drive shafts with metal ends on them, bearings all round, nice sturdy axles, CVDs up front there. You've got a nice steering angle. If it'd go all that way, we might have to make some adjustments on the controller, but you've got a nice steering angle there. Now it's got oil shocks, but I did notice out the box, it's quite stiff. That oil seems quite thick in there. I don't know whether it's just a little bit cold, but definitely feels a little bit too firm. But at least there's oil in them. Wheels look alright. I'm not a fan of black wheels, but the wheels look alright. You've got like little centre caps in there that twist off. And the tyres are glued. They're not bead-locks, so if you want to change your wheels, you're going to have to probably get new tyres as well. And I think that is about it. I'm going to charge a battery, we'll have a look at that controller and then go and take it on a nice trail. So all powered on, and as you can see, we've got some nice bright yellow lights. Well, I say bright, they're that nice like retro look. And I know I'm always moaning about lights, but it's a bit of a bugbear of mine. So we've got turn signals. So the smallest of movements, your lights are coming on, which means when you're trailing, you're going to have flashing lights on and off. But that isn't my biggest annoyance with this one. Let's turn them back on. Really nice front lights. And then you come around the back and there's no lights on the back other than red reverse lights. I mean, they're brake lights as well, but this is set up to go forward then straight to back. So they just come on like that. And then obviously indicators. Why have we gone to the trouble of indicators but no just rear lights on all the time? I'm going to play around the wiring now, see if I can configure it to my liking. Relatively quick steering. You got steering dual right there, and I think we got room for a bit more steering there. Yeah, just a little bit more. Oh wow, a lot more. That's better. There we go. So we've got full steering now. First gear, this is just 2S. That's first gear. And then second gear. It will run 3S. I'm only going to be running it 2S today, but it will run 3 if you want a bit more wheel speed. So you've got your trims and dual rates there. You've also got these dip switches. Like do your ESC, so like forward reverse or forward brake reverse. You've got nickel metal hydride or LiPo selection, drag brake selection, nice 6-channel transmitter. That does your lights. I don't think that does anything. And that does your gears. And I don't think that does anything either. I'd say this spot is good enough for a bit of trailing. Not sure how well this mic's going to do because it is really windy up here. Anyway, I've sorted the lights out. Lights are really easy to sort out. You just unplug the indicators and then there's a spare space for drive lights, and you just put the brake lights into that, and then you've got front lights and permanent rear lights. This is in the low gear and you can see that low down modulation, so good. This thing is a trail truck, but I brought it here because it will be able to do a bit of crawling as well because it has got that control. All depends on the grip on them tyres. Sounds nice and smooth. A little bit of rubbing on the body. Whoa, let's try that again. Different line this time. Come on. Oh, very nice. Oh, I might have turned the wrong way. That's quite steep there. Can we get up there? So I left the bumper off, trying to get a slightly better approach angle. Can we get up there? Oh, a bit steep for it. This is where you need that control. I think we're going to do it. Come on. Oh, nice. I think it's a bit top heavy, so this may be a little bit too much for it. Oh, I don't know. That is steep. Look at that angle. I think it's just a bit too much for it. Look at the control though. 2-in-1 ESC and receiver, but such good control. Yeah, too steep, I think. I'm not sure on the pricing of this, but I can't imagine it's going to be crazy expensive. If you compare it to some of the other 110 like scale stuff out there with 2-speed boxes and lights and scaled like licensed body. And this thing, this is impressive.
going, you fucking ball bag?
I didn't use second gear at all then. I know some of you like to know the speed of things. So this is first gear, 2S, just a little bit slower than walking pace. 2S second gear, a light jog. 3S first gear, a brisk walk, I'd say. 3S second gear, come back here, come here. Yeah, it's got a nice bit of pace. Still not crazy fast though. Nothing really more to say about this other than it is a really good trail truck that will also do a bit of crawling as well. Very nice FMS.